Ciao a tutti and welcome to Apex Racing TV from the Autodromo Nazionale Monza in Italy. Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Woodhouse and I'm joined by James Nash here for the Club 73 Touring Car Championship presented by World League Sim Racing. Two races on tap for you tonight. Sprint race, 15 minutes, and then the feature race for half an hour, testing the drivers in the VW Jetta and the Kia Optima to the max. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And rounds 5 and 6 of the championship, and we'll take you through quickly as we've got about 3 minutes to go before the start of the race. Take you through the championship standings. They should be up on your screen right about now. Pete Harron leads the Super Pro category in the Kia Optima with 182 points. He's 12 points ahead of Diogo Melro, with Mark Woodhouse in third, Michael Hall fourth, Chris Wood in fifth. And then it's Dale Green leading the Pro category in 6th overall. Then of Neil Rocks, who's a Super Pro driver, Chris Sherburn, another Pro, Lewis Bibby, Scott Malcolm and Stuart Atkinson are all tied for 8th place. The Mike Cooling Cup in the VW Jetta. Of course, reigning champion Michael Hall moved up to the Kia for this season. Dennis Melcher leads the way, the man who finished 2nd in Season 1. He leads the way by 8 points ahead of Clive Lawrence. Alexis Molina in 3rd, Conrad Venter 4th, James Leggett 5th. Tied with Tim Mawson, incidentally. 7th is Ryan Walker. 8th, Steve Hooper. 9th, Sean Gardiner. And my brain has completely gone. Chris White in 10th. Excuse me. Now, I do apologise. If my voice does go by the end of this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, I'm struggling a little bit with the old throat, but hopefully we can make it through. In the team championship then, DST Pro leading by 8 points. Now their leading driver is Mark Woodhouse up in 3rd. Also have Lewis Bibby in there as well. Sam Reed is the 3rd driver. Then it's Team Mad with Pete Harrod, Diogo Melro and Jason Rowe. Then GBR 2 Old to Play, and that is Dale Green, Neil Rocks and Gavin Wakefield. In the Jetta team standings, well, it's really Apex Racing UK leading the way, Team Cheese and Wine. The Merlot team, there's Clive Lawrence and Tim Mawson, head of the Cheddar outfit of Conrad Venter and Ryan Walker. So yes, some very, very tasty morsels for them so far this season. Team Powerslider in 3rd, and that's James Leggett, Sean Gardner and Adam Hedgecock. But they will be in there with a chance to obviously do something for the remainder of the season. Then you got Team Mad in 4th with Dennis Melcher and Miguel Freitas. Let's take a look at the qualifying standings then. There's still some drivers making their way through the final qualifying lap. Michael Hall leads the way at the minute for Pete Harrod. Mark Woodhouse in 3rd, Chris Wood in 4th, and Diogo Melro rounds out the top 5 with the Jetta. Conrad Venter ahead of Miguel Freitas, and Clive Lawrence and Ryan Walker and Tim Mawson. So 4 Apex Racing UK Team Cheese and Wine drivers up there, and that's something as a member of Cheese and Wine that I'm very, very happy to see. Absolutely no bias here, ladies and gentlemen, none whatsoever. Now, talk about the race. The race itself, 15 minutes is a sprint race. We normally have a pit stop in race 2, but we'll not be having one this time. Apparently there's something going on with iRacing at the minute where some of the pit stops are having a few issues with. So no pit stops in race 2. It will be a straight 30-minute race, which will test out the driver's capacity to look after their tyres, and should see some interesting racing, especially in the second half, as there's quite a large drop-off here at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. 27 degrees is the track temperature, 23 degrees air temperature. This historic venue, of course, hosted many, many series throughout the years, and used to, of course, have that terrifying banked oval section. Also home to the closest finish in Formula 1 history. So there's very, very so much history in this circuit. I'm sure we'll see some great racing. I remember we saw in 2015 one of the greatest meetings of the British Sim Racing Touring Car Championship that we've ever covered here on Apex Racing TV. But just where absolutely anybody could have won it. I've raced in the Club Series here. And there's been some great races. iRacing World Championship Series, Blancpain GT also makes an appearance at this track from time to time. And yeah, a fantastic one for racing. Long straights, tight chicanes. If anyone doesn't know what Monza's all about, well, that's it. You know, a couple of high-speed corners thrown in there as well. The Parabolica, Curva Grande, Ascari. Fantastic names, and I'm sure we'll discuss them as the evening goes on. Take you through the finishing order then in qualifying. Michael Hall takes pole position by just 1/10 of a second over championship leader Pete Harron. Mark Woodhouse is in third as he is in the championship. Chris Wood in fourth, Diogo Melro fifth, sixth for Sam Reed, seventh Lewis Bibby and eighth Maciej Sakovic. John Roberts is in ninth and Tristan Bodis rounds out the top 10. Andrew Whitehead is 11th with Neil Rocks in 12th, Chris Sherburn 13th, 14th for Scott Malcolm, and then it's Kip Stevens, 2 times BSRTC champion, in 15th. Not a great qualifying for Kip there. Stuart Atkinson in 16th and Dale Green rounds out the Kia Optima field in 17th. I believe we've got Clinton Bell as well, who's going to start at the back of that lot. Conrad Venter taking pole for the Jetters, ahead of Miguel Freitas, and then it's Clive Lawrence in 20th overall, Ryan Walker and Tim Mawson round out the top 5. Steve Hooper is 6th, ahead of Adam Hedgecock, and it's Sean Gardner, James Leggett, Dan Gunfield, Robert Lundgren, Ian Robson, Chris White, and at the back is Dave Crozier, and that's the 32 car field for you. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to see some great battles here. We know the Kia Optima gives great slipstream, and we know how close the VW Jetta races with each other. So again, looking for a great 45 minutes of action tonight. 15 minutes here, of course. Then we'll have a reverse grid race, grid reversed in championship order. Be very, very interesting indeed. Here we go then. We're getting ready for the start here at Monza. The revs are rising.
Green, green, green.
Now the green light is on. We are away. The Cathedral of Speed. It's a good start by Michael Hall. It's a wonderful start by Michael Hall. He's already pulled clear of Pete Harrod, who's on the dirty side of the track. Then it's Mark Woodhouse having a look around the outside. So it's Chris Wood, sorry, having a look around the outside into the Variante Rettifilio. Everyone going through there okay. I think there's no problems. Conrad Venter has lost positions off the start. It's actually, I believe it's Clive Lawrence that's taken the lead for the VWs. They were right on back of the Kia Optimas in the first couple of corners. The Kia with a slowdown as well. It looks like Stuart Atkinson. Through the Curva della Roggia then, and into the Curva de Lesmo. For the first time goes Michael Hall. Pete Harrod in second. And then it's Diogo Melro, and a very good start by the Portuguese. Done very well in the first half of the lap. Side by side, just behind Woodhouse and Reed. Been a terrible start for Woodhouse. Of course, I'm quite disappointed about that in general. Whenever I hear that sentence, it's usually about me, but Mark doing a very good job in this championship. But a poor start there, he'll have to do some recovery driving. And there's a good battle here now. As 21, there's a problem for Pete Harrod. I think he's got a slowdown. That's almost certainly a slowdown on the first lap. And here at Monza, they are absolutely massive and race killing. And Pete Harrod's race has just been executed right there and then. The end of him. He'll be at the back of the field. Still hasn't served it, I don't think. He may have served it now, but Harrod, well, that's pretty much him done in terms of a good finish in this race, one of the evening. Battle for second. Chris Wood looking to the outside. He's gone very deep into the Rettifilio. Misses the braking, has to come across the inside, and has to give up the position to Lewis Bibby. And there's a problem for Melro. It's Melro with a slowdown, and again, getting them on lap 2. Not much more, dear me. Not much better than getting them on lap 1, because of course if your first lap is not a clean one, it doesn't count your best sectors. That means you slow down on lap 2 just as bad as the one on lap 1, and he's going to be down near actually where Pete Harrod has ended up, as has Chris Wood. So Michael Hall leading comfortably. It's Lewis Bibby in second, and it's actually Sam Reed from fifth on the grid who's got up from sixth on the grid, sorry, who's got up to third position. It's a very, very good start for Reed. In the Jetters, Miguel Freitas has taken the lead over Clive Lawrence, and then Ryan Walker. So Walker, the Scotsman, colleague of ours here at Apex Racing TV, having a good start, maintaining his third position. Behind them, incidentally, it's Hedgecock, and then it's Leggett and Gardner. So they're all teammates in the Kunstvoller team. Be quite careful how you say that one. But yeah, very much in touching distance of each other, and they'll be able to help each other now to go towards the front of this field. If they can work together as a team, they should be able to make some headway. And it's Steve Hooper, then it's Dan Gunfield, Robert Lundgren, then Ian Robson, Dave Crozier, Chris White. Then Conrad Venter is a long way behind, so I wonder what's happened to the South African driver. Be a bit of an issue there. No doubt we'll see on his YouTube channel. If you go to the Sim Racing Guy on YouTube, you'll be able to see exactly what happened to Conrad. We didn't see it on the broadcast, I don't think. Although my esteemed producer might be able to tell me if he did see it or not. I'm not sure. I certainly didn't. Michael Hall leading, and got a bit of a comfortable advantage actually over Lewis Bibby. Yeah, we didn't see it either. Apologies there. But Lewis Bibby really bringing the fight to Michael Hall. Michael Hall, a very experienced driver in the here Optima, on many series and many races over the years. The two cars behind, the Club 73, sorry, the CST Pro cars, absolutely smacking the curbs through the Curva della Roggia. And they're under pressure now from John Roberts, of course, last season's King of the Ring, and Magic Sakovic, the Magic Sandwich himself. Well, will he be bringing the pan to the other drivers today? Hopefully not. We're in Italy, not France, though, so really that doesn't work as well as I'd have hoped. But here we go. Down the back straight, trying to get the slipstream. You can see the drivers weaving around, trying to disturb that slipstream and trying to prevent the opponent getting a run. They're all doing it down the back straight, look. Into Parabolica. Some good action here between Scott Malcolm and Chris Wood. Chris Wood trying to fight his way through the field. Scott Malcolm's a good competitor though. He did very well in the final edition of the Club Series last season. 2 seasons ago now. Managed to do extremely well in the AM category. We were good rivals in that most of the season. Really evenly matched. Malcolm late on the brakes then, the Scotsman. Trying to fend off Chris Wood, but he's not going to do it. Almost hits Kip Stevens actually there. Stevens, who's just noted really mostly for his ability to just get to the end of races and pick up the reverse grid ones when he can, as there's lapping going on now, and that's Steve Hooper, and he is quite a way down, it looks like, and he looks like he's dropping down quite majorly. It's over a 2-minute lap here, so we don't expect them to lap the Jetters. In fact, we don't expect them probably to lap the Jetters at all. Maybe the likes of Michael Hall and Lewis Bibby might be able to get to the sort of the tail end of the pack, but I don't see them actually doing any lapping in this 15-minute encounter. Front of the Mike Cooling Cup category, see that Miguel Freitas battling with Clive Lawrence and Ryan Walker still going on out there. Freitas, who was on the front row. Conrad Venter having a bad start, bad first lap. Didn't put him in trouble, but this is Clive Lawrence having a good run here. Well, it's good pedigree in the Team Cheese and Wine outfit. Managed to get in their particular split, they got a second place in the 12 Hours of Sebring, I believe. Cheers, mate. Yeah, plenty of endurance racing experience. Not so much in these sprint formats, but take you that long to adjust to this. I mean, a lot of endurance racers have gone to do things like DTM and much shorter formats. The Blancpain GT series, you see a lot of guys from the WEC and that tackling those series. Miguel Freitas has had a very good Ascari there, and he's escaped slightly from Clive Lawrence. Lawrence has Ryan Walker just behind him, teammate. Jetta almost silent as it makes its way towards the camera near the parabolica. Hardly any noise coming from that diesel engine. Here, the squealing of the tyres is more the noise that's coming out of those. Now, Freitas might be in a bit of bother here because Lawrence has the run. Got a good slipstream here, Clive. Freitas all the way over to the very, very dirty part of the track. He's going to have a lot of dirt on his tyres here. Going to see if this is going to hurt him, because here comes Ryan Walker. Walker thought about trying to make it 3 wide, doesn't. Freitas is very late on the brakes. Oh, and Lawrence has the overlap. Freitas around the outside, and that's a good piece of driving, great bit of defending. Walker going to have a look on his teammate. Doesn't look like it. Probably wise at this stage of the race. With about just over 5 minutes to go here. Lawrence has got another run. Is he going to position his car? Where's he going to position his car into the Curva della Roggia? It's on the outside line. It's a bit wide though, Clive. You can't take advantage of having the better line. It will so easily happen when you follow a car like that. You can easily just end up making a mistake on your line. Battle heating up at the very front of the race then in the Kia Optima. Between Michael Hall and Lewis Bibby. Hall started on pole position. Lewis Bibby started 7th, but we've seen this season, as we did in the club series and as we've seen many times, that he is a very, very hard charger. It comes through the field extremely quickly. Very good in reverse grid races especially. To that fact, he's aggressive, but he's fair. What's he going to be able to do about Michael Hall then? Very, very close. Only 1/3 of a second separating them. You can see the gap. You don't really need me to tell you. Now, Bibby has the slipstream towards the Variante Ascari, but not a great overtaking place there. It can be done, but he's going to be better to wait for either the Parabolica or for the Rettifilio. I wonder if he's just going to wait for the Rettifilio here. There is a Jetta down here, number 181, that is Conrad Venter. See what they can do here. Fight for the lead. Fight for the race win. There's nobody within 6 seconds of them. This is a good run for Bibby, and he really has to take advantage now, you would think, with not very long to go. I think there'll only be 2 laps left here. Staying in the slipstream. What's he going to do? Is he going to pull out of the slipstream or not? The answer is no. Hall's very late on the brakes. Curious from Bibby. I'd try and get into the lead now. He's quicker than him. It's very much quicker than Michael Hall, it looks like. So maybe just waiting. The big gaggle behind them, actually. Reed, Roberts, Woodhouse, Takovic. 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. These are battling hard now over the final spot on the podium. Sam Reed, first one into the Roger. Does it well, and actually he's getting a little bit here. As Sam Reed. Now the Jettas are coming under attack, the back half of the field anyway. The final 2 laps, Hall and Bibby, they're going through on number 89, that is Robert Lundgren. So actually, yeah, they will pretty much get all of the Jetta field, I would imagine now. Where's Bibby going to do it? Because it's all right waiting until the last lap. It's all right waiting for your waiting for that one golden opportunity, but it does mean if you don't take it, it means that's the last one you'll get. And they have to go offline here. Oh, Bibby. He was late on the brakes on the inside, in the middle, should I say. And he purposely doesn't go the inside where he could have overlapped Michael Hall. Now surely he's going to do it here. Hall's not even bothering to go defensive. He knows what Bibby's plan is. He's going to wait until the final. Oh, goodness gracious me. That was extremely close. That's the disadvantage of doing things like that. You don't want to be doing that either. 2 bits of contact. 2 bits of contact with the rear quarter panel of Michael Hall's car. Did well to really not let it affect him that much. Bibby's still pressing the issue. The issue still being pressed at the front of the Mike Cooling Cup as well. Now it's Ryan Walker in second place behind Miguel Freitas. They're going to be lapped very soon by the Kia battle. Coming through the first Lesmo. Maybe he could run out of time here. Oh my goodness. Michael Hall. I think he's raced into his own hands there and just absolutely flashing from one side of the track to the other. And there is traffic. It'll be crucial. It'll be crucial for both these battles actually. The leaders in the Jetta. Walker's got through into the lead. Ryan Walker's made the move. Clive Lawrence going to go with him. They're going to get caught by these Kias. Is it going to be the final lap? I don't know whether we've had the white flag or not. Oh, this is going to get messy. Into Parabolica. Hall up the inside. Walker on the inside as well. Freitas has gone very, very wide. 4 wide on the exit of the corner nearly. Here we go to the line. It's going to be Michael Hall who's going to take the Jetta. It's going to be Walker. Walker takes it on the line. Ahead of Clive Lawrence. What teamwork there by Cheese and Wine. And that's how you take it. Very, very good indeed. Sam Reed with a good third. Ahead of Sakovic. Still coming across. Very, very quickly, very, very close together. Elrow just pipping Kip Stevens on the lines. A crash. Oh, there's a big crash actually behind, and that is Kip Stevens and Scott Malcolm, who've binned after the line. Luckily for them. Some of the Jettas still coming across as well. Tim Mawson. Steve Hooper's going to finish last here. And, that's not something we normally see from Hooper. Normally very, very good and up there, but looks like he's either took a bit of damage or something hasn't quite gone his way in this one. But he will get another chance, as will all these drivers, with the reverse grid race, the 30-minute one. Feature race, that's going to happen very, very shortly, really. Take you through the finishing order then. From Autodromo Nazionale Monza. Michael Hall takes the win by half a second over Lewis Bibby, and then it's Sam Reed in third, Maciek Sakovic in fourth. Fifth, John Roberts, sixth, Mark Woodhouse. Seventh, Tristan Bodice, eighth, Andrew Whitehead, ninth, Chris Wood, and 10th, Neil Rocks. It was 11th for Diogo Melro, just ahead of Pete Harrod. Excuse me, and then it was Chris Sherburn, 13th. Scott Malcolm, 14th, 15th, Dale Green, 16th, Stuart Atkinson. Kip Stevens actually classified 17th, so I don't know if he had a penalty or something. Something must have happened to Kip there to be classified all that way down. Clinton Bell, 18th. That rounds out the field in the Kia Optima. Ryan Ryan Walker takes the win. Very well done from him. Started in 4th on the grid, actually. Come through there was a good effort. Clive Lawrence in 2nd place. Miguel Freitas in 3rd. Sean Gardner 4th. 5th Adam Hedgecock. 6th James Leggett. 7th for Dan Gunfield. 8th was Robert Lundgren. Ian Robson in 9th. Chris White in 10th. Ahead of Conrad Venter, Dave Crozier, Tim Mawson, and Steve Hooper. All the drivers finished the race. And that's very, very good indeed. So, yeah, great race. Really enjoyed that first one. Good battles at the front of both categories. And we hope it continues when we come back here to Monza on Apex Racing TV. The feature race, reverse grid action, coming up very, very shortly indeed. Stay with us.
From far away they came to us with knowledge. They changed our world and left us without warning. They will return the day when they are needed. Our gaze is shifted upwards to the sky.
What is so important about driving faster than anyone else?
A lot of people go through life doing things badly. Racing's important to men who do it well. When you're racing, it's life. Anything that happens before or after, it's just waiting.
gaze is shifted upwards to the sky.
Welcome back to Monza, welcome back to Apex Racing TV for the feature race of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship presented by World League Sim Racing Andrew Woodhouse alongside James Nash, who's on the cameras tonight. The Cathedral of Speed, one of the most fantastic tracks that we visit on iRacing and in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship specifically. Reverse grid time, and championship order is going to decide where everyone's going to start. Reverse championship order, to be exact. Yeah, I'm expecting a great race here at the home of the Italian Grand Prix. Going to go down to the grid then and see exactly who's starting where. But it's Clinton Bell, who's had a pretty shocking championship, to be honest, so far. He starts at the front. First position, Tristan Bodis in second. Drew Whitehead third, fourth Sam Reed, fifth John Roberts, sixth Stuart Atkinson. 7th is Scott Malcolm, 8th Lewis Bibby, 9th Chris Sherburn and Neil Rocks in 10th. Dale Green is 11th with Chris Wood in 12th. Michael Hall 13th, Woodhouse 14th, 15th Yogo Melrose, 16th Pete Harrod, 17th Maciek Sakovic and 18th Kip Stevens. To the Jetters, Dave Crozier leads the way with Ian Robson 2nd, Miguel Freitas 3rd, Dan Gunfield 4th, Robert Lundgren 5th. It's Adam Hedgecock, Chris White, Sean Gardner, Steve Hooper, Ryan Walker, Tim Mawson, James Leggett, Conrad Venter and Clive Lawrence is at the back. Here we go, revs are rising.
Green, green, green.
Quite a long hold, but the green light is on now. Good getaway from Tristan Bodis. Can overlap Clinton Bell, which he can. Into the Rettifilio. Someone's on the grass. On the way to the Rettifilio, that's not the way. How to do it. Oh, there's a bit of contact, I can hear it. What is it? What's that? I can't see it or hear it. Anybody help me out with that? I have no idea what that was. I could hear it. It sounded like a car rolling over and over. I could not see anything. Might be just me. Might be just my machine. Apologies if that's the case. Tristan Bodis leads the way into the Curve de Lesmans. A slowdown for one of the CST cars. That's Sam Reed. Oh, there was just a bit of whacking into the chicane. Okay, that's fine. Fine, just minor incidents then. Down the straight then into the Variante Ascari for Tristan Bodis. He leads the way. We'll be looking for this victory. Doesn't get many victories, Tristan. He's had a couple in the past, I think. Andrew Whitehead up in a strong 4th position behind his teammate John Roberts. Number 313, Lewis Bibby. A fast start by him. 2nd place in race 1, of course. Well, this reverse championship order gridding system, I think it does do is it does help out the guys who've had a poor start to the championship. And of course, guys who are consistently up there aren't going to be helped out too much by that. Bibby goes through on Whitehead. Meanwhile then, Miguel Freitas has got into the lead again in the Jetters. I don't think there's going to be any catching him actually. Dave Crozier is trying his best, but I think Freitas is away in the early stages. Robert Lundgren is there as well with Adam Hedgecock. Chris White's in there. Dan Gunfield, Steve Hooper. Pack of Jetters erodes its way down to the Variante Rettifilio for the second time. Here we go. Is it all clean? It looks like it. Everybody's single file. Remember, this is a 30-minute race. There's usually a pit stop here. But we've got technical issues with iRacing, so there's no so there's absolutely no pit stops in this race. Not scheduled ones anyway. I'm going to be working off just 30 minutes in one stint. So if a driver pits, you know they've got issues. They've got a fast repair as well available to them if they so need it. They'll be hoping that they don't. What's that then? Diogo Melro has had a spin. The Kia Optima, so it's not going particularly well for him. He's down the order. And Chris Sherburn was struggling already. Off goes Dale Green. Oh, he's off properly there. Maybe. The Ascari. He was a long way off. He was so off, he was nearly in the fence. They tried to come back on and nearly crashed on the other side. Battle between Stevens and Sakovic. In fact, actually, in front of them, the side-by-side action between Michael Hall and Stuart Atkinson. They are neck and neck into the first corner. Oh, and round the outside for the lead goes Clinton Bell. Very good move in the chicane. There wasn't a great deal that Tristan Bodis could actually do about that. Bodis number 64 and 73 of Clinton Bell, of course. Hub 73. Side by side between Atkinson and Hall still. Atkinson actually gains the place on Michael Hall. Here comes number 87, Chris Wood. He's going to have a look and see if he can get through into the Curva de Lesmo, but not close enough on this occasion. Atkinson runs wide, he runs into the gravel, and here comes Hall. Got Holby late on the brakes, and that's a car running wide in the background. Is that Dale Green again? No, it wasn't. It was Stevens that was off. Stevens has been off. He just pulled it off the track and out to the pits. So don't know what's happened to Kip there, but he's having to take a tow back to the pits. Most experienced driver in the history of the BSRTC. Look at the lead Miguel Freitas has. Second place, Steve Hooper. Hooper was off the back of that group in race 1. Really struggled. Don't really know even what his issue was. Now, number 97, Ryan Walker, who won race 1, trying to come through on Lundgren, and I think he's going to make that one work. We've seen Robert Lundgren in the Penn Power European V8s, and he got bashed out there wide by one of the Kunstvoller machines there. That is number 13, Adam Hedgecock, doing some with some fisticuffs there in the middle of the lap. He's under threat on the inside. That's his teammate number 56, Sean Gardner, going through. Number 37, Dan Gunfield, in a bit of bother. Here comes through, and look at all this now. I think there's a slowdown possibly for that Adam Hedgecock who's got the slowdown. I think it is. Oh, and these Jetters jostling for position. There's a here in the middle of all this as well. That's Sam Reed. Venter and Lawrence are side by side. Meanwhile, Ryan Walker and Steve Hooper off after Miguel Freitas. Now that's quite a distance to catch up. Freitas already heading into the Rettifilio. At 10 seconds, I think it is the advantage over Steve Hooper. Hooper doing extremely well though, and staying ahead of the cheese and wine entry Ryan Walker. Look at this pack. Oh, and there's a man off in the background, and it looks like, is that Adam Hedgecock, who's been put into the barrier at the exit of the Rettifilio, and he was turned by 36. Is that Dennis Melcher? No, it's not Dennis Melcher, is there? 36, is it? Maybe I've got that one wrong. I'll look from another angle. 36. Dave Crozier, there we go. Sorry about that, eventually. Just blind, that's the problem. Clinton Bell leading though, he's no problems at the minute. Lewis Bibby, Tristan Bodice, John Roberts in their own personal battle. And Roberts trying to cut back on Bodice, trying to get a run, but can't do so. Bodice is setting off after Lewis Bibby. He's going to see if he can make any progress. Clinton Bell continues to lead here. Leads well by 1.3 seconds. Oh, Bibby makes some contact with the 39. The Jetta of Ian Robson, so it's a bit of an issue nearly for Bibby. He's got a bit of damage. Nothing serious at this moment, but you never know how it can affect the car. Me, ladies and gentlemen, Club 73 Touring Car Championship, presented by World League Sim Racing, here on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse with half a voice, and James Nash doing the cameras. Pleased to be with you here on this Sunday evening, Easter Sunday. Hope you're enjoying your long weekend. Hope you enjoy Bank Holiday Monday as well. Spare a thought for me when I'm at work. This Clinton Bell needs to stretch out his advantage. 1.2 seconds. Actually, pretty much pegged that lap by Lewis Bibby. 59.2 for Clinton Bell, 59.0 for Lewis Bibby. John Roberts is through on Tristan Bodice, that's up to third. That's through for John Roberts, so it's good from him. Andrew Whitehead and Michael Hall battling away. They're half a second apart. Now let's go into the Jettas. Oh, Ian Robson has had to take evasive action on the chicane. Now Miguel Freitas leads by 7.5 seconds over Steve Hooper, and was half a second quicker on that previous lap. In fact, Ryan Walker's got ahead of Hooper. So now Walker, who won race 1, going to see if he can begin to close that long gap. It's a big ask to close up 7 seconds, 8 seconds nearly, in 20 minutes, but got an opportunity. We'll see if he can do it. If he gets his head down, we'll see what he can do. Of course, Walker joins us for some broadcasts here on Apex Racing TV. So good to see him out there doing well and winning races. I believe he won one last week as well. And I wasn't here, unfortunately. Clive Lawrence going through on Dan Gunfield. Lawrence now chasing after James Leggett. James Leggett in 5th position. Then it's Robert Lundgren and Conrad Venter. So Venter trying to get the run, and he does now have it. I don't think Lundgren's going to make much of a defence here. We'll see. He does very, very late on the brakes. Did extremely well there. Now he's gone a bit wide though. Here's the chance for Venter. That's for Team Cheese and Wine. Nice run out of the chicane there. I can hear the Kia Optimas in the background. They're reaching the first chicane now. Oh, they're making contact in the first chicane. Bibby and Roberts. I'm amazed that Roberts doesn't have damage. Well, maybe he does have damage. Car doesn't look great through Curva Grande. Is he crabbing slightly? Oh, I think he might be crabbing slightly, John Roberts. Tristan Bodis up the inside of Lewis Bibby once more. Bibby has to fight back. Bodis gets the outside line. And he maintains that position. Very good driving from Bodis. Michael Hall's in the mix too. He's up there. Back of this group is Andrew Whitehead. And just in front of him is... oh, that's Roberts, isn't it? Just in front of him. They're two teammates. Of course, Boosted Motorsport. Pete Harrod and Chris Wood having their own private scrap for 7th and 8th, just behind them. Then it's Atkinson and Malcolm. They're likewise going for it, and Malcolm actually going for it now. Up the hill into the Variante Ascari. Difficult braking area here because it's a bit blind. Scott Malcolm goes through. Cleared him before the corner. That Automech car looking good on the good at the start of this one. In the early going, Automech have made a big step forward over the last couple of years. Pete Harrod and Chris Wood side by side. Wood trying to take that place away from the man who was leading the championship, and he still is leading the championship, isn't he? After race 1. 2 times Club Series champion, of course, Pete Harrod, so he knows how to put a season together and win a title. Could Tristan Bodis now under pressure once more from Lewis Bibby, having cleared Bibby. Bodis now finds himself under attack again. Around the outside. Oh, bash! It's a big blow there. Managed to get away with it. Michael Hall now coming through, and oh, there's a Jetta there, and he has to hit the brakes. Does Hall? Really compromises his momentum. Nothing that the Jetta driver Dave Crozier could do. Holding his line. That's mixed class racing for you. Sometimes it happens. Good battle between Leggett and Lawrence. They're being lapped as well. James Leggett hanging on for now. There's a postman, James Leggett, who wants to deliver a good result here, but I don't know if Clive Lawrence is going to let him. I've raced with Clive Lawrence for about 7 years. He once had a tremendous accident in an F1 2010 race when he actually ended up hitting the bridge that he's going under right now. I've absolutely no idea how he did it, but he wrote off his Red Bull car at the time. And now he's just been passed by the 10 Bull, who goes flying in and almost takes out Sean Gardner. Not what he wanted. Car number 619, Clive Lawrence. Pulls out from the slipstream, tries to take on James Leggett here. Leggett goes wide, Lawrence to the inside. Good rotation on that cheese and wine car there. Oh, and there's a car spun. Is that Walker? It was. It was our race 1 winner. He's round. And he exits Parabolica. And how on earth has that occurred? Oh, he was hit by a Kia. He was hit by John Roberts. And then he ended up going into number 308. That was Steve Hooper. So class leaders getting involved there with each other. Well, front runners at least. Steve Hooper's got terrible damage on the Jetta. John Roberts having to crawl around in the Kia Optima. Oh, and off goes Chris Wood. He's missed the Variante Rogia there. So I don't know what's happening out there at the minute, but everyone just getting a little bit crazy. Everyone just getting a little bit ahead of themselves, it looks like. Oh, and off goes John Roberts again into the gravel. Oh no, it's not Roberts, sorry, 77, Stuart Atkinson. Where's he come from? Well, he's been passed by Melrose. Here comes Diogo Melrose now. And terrible damage for Roberts. He needs to come into the pits, get his fast repaired, I think. He's not going to make it to the end like that. Either that or he's going to end up taking someone else out with a damage like that. Atkinson well off the track. Oh, and into the wall! What's happened to Stuart Atkinson? I don't know what exactly happened there, but I know for a fact that he's in the pits and towing back there. Now, Clinton Bell is under pressure from Lewis Bibby at the very front of this race now. Here comes Lewis Bibby, these two teammates from the CST Pro team. Bibby's got the pace, but that was a great exit from the Rettifilio by Clinton Bell. Fantastic driving to manage to get the traction out of there and really pull away. Thanks everybody for watching the Club 73 Touring Car Championship, presented by World League Sim Racing. Andrew Woodhouse, James Nash bringing you this coverage for Apex Racing TV as usual. Thanks for making us a part of your Easter weekend. Lewis Bibby's Easter weekend could get a lot better if he manages to get past Clinton Bell. Two teammates here. I mean, if I was this team, CST Pro, I mean, I would just let Bibby go. I would let Bibby go, and I would let Clinton Bell try to take care of the rest of them. Because all this is doing at the minute, no offence to Clinton, he's driving a very, very good race, started on pole, didn't have to give up his race lead, but when you think at this point in the, when the points are at stake here and Bibby's got the chance of race victory, for me I would let Bibby go, because all it's doing is it's letting Michael Hall, Tristan Bodies close in. Once they close in, I don't know, I feel that it's just hurting Bibby at the minute. Don't get me wrong, he wants to be a good team player, he wants to try and help out Clinton Bell, but I think there's more to gain for this team from letting Bibby go, and here it is now, I think. Down the inside. For me, that's one lap too late. Oh, Bell! Bell's braking on the grass, he's missed the chicane. And now all teamwork and all strategy completely out of the window, because that's going to completely ruin it for CST Pro. Absolutely going to kibosh that one. And Michael Hall's now going to try and take Lewis Bibby here. And this is exactly what I was saying. This is why it should have been done a lap earlier. Because it needed to be precise, it needed to be smooth. It wasn't any of those things. Change over there. And Lewis Bibby now has to fend off Michael Hall. Michael Hall, who racing as a privateer in this series, but it's well known that he drives for CQR. Drives alongside Ashley Sutton, David Baker, some of the great drivers in BSRTC. And Hall is one of those as well. Reigning Mike Cooling Cup champion from last season in the VW Jetta, did a great job in that car, even though I believe it was fairly unfamiliar to him. Did an excellent job there, Hall. Although it's not actually hurt Clinton Bell a great deal, that. Not as much as he could have done. Of course, he could have very easily winded into the wall. I think a lot of people have done that at this circuit. It's a great battle. I do apologise to the Jettas. That's been a good scrap, and that's been a very interesting front of the race. What's the status here? So Steve Hooper is still in second place overall in the Jetta. is quite a long way behind Miguel Freitas, who's just driven a great race. That's after the demise of Ryan Walker. Oh, and Clive Lawrence is facing the wrong way on the way towards the Ascari, and there's no turning circle in these front-wheel drive cars. And well, Clive just seems to have misfortunes on this straightaway section. Seems to get them over the years. He's crabbing. What on earth's happened to the cheese and wine car? Let's see. Oh, it's with number 66, James Leggett. So let's have a look at this then. But they're battling. Coming through the Lesmo. Lawrence gets the inside. Leggett switches to the other side. Lawrence is on his line. Leggett's defending. Leggett goes wide onto the AstroTurf. Comes across. Oh, and he puts Lawrence onto the grass. And then he loses it. And hits Lawrence. Unfortunately for me. And I do like James Leggett, but for me that's not. For me that's got to go down as his. The blame's got to be apportioned to him, I think, on that one. Hey me. Clive Lawrence coming in for a fast tow. Won't seem like there's anything fast about it to him. Only 2 retirements so far. It's Robert Lundgren and Keith Stevens. Don't know what happened to Stevens. Now we look back to the front of the race because Lewis Bibby now has even more company. He's out Tristan Bodice at the back of this group. Watching and waiting. I wonder how much of this is tyre conservation. I wonder what state the rubber is in. Because, again, the Kia Optima is capable of doing 45-minute stints in endurance races, nearly hour stints. And I'm not saying that the tyres are in good shape at the end of those. I've driven endurance races at this very track. In this car, the Spirit of VLN a couple of years ago, it's a poor retafilio there for Bibby. And all that's done is put him under pressure. Under even more pressure from Michael Hall. Put a good slipstream. Very tight line through Curva Grande. Really trying to cover the shortest distance possible. Bibby turns it into the Rogia. Misses the first curb. Bashes the second one. Hall got a much better exit. And here he comes. We'll go up the inside. As I look, Bibby defends. Bibby goes a bit wide. Hall's looking. Hall's looking. Is he going to throw it inside into Lesmo 2? He does. Bibby's ready for it. Oh! Almost a quarter panel there. Dear me. Great driving though. Good clean stuff. At least so far. Hall now into Ascari. He doesn't want to risk it. Not an easy place to overtake. I wonder if Bibby cut the course there. He took a lot of the inside. A lot of the inside curve on the way in. I think he's okay. I think the stewards have deemed it to be reasonable. Like I say, completely different race this one to normal in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. Normally we've had a pit stop by now. Normally the race is a little bit more spread out. 30-minute sprint here. But the longest races that most of these drivers will have done were 20 minutes from the old Club Series on one set of tyres. So you need to take fuel and tyres in this series when you come into the pits. Behind them, incidentally, Chris Wood and Pete Harrod now side by side. Harrod trying to hang on to 5th. Chris Wood putting him under a lot of distress. Harrod going through. Good driving from the team man car there. Wood's having a look back though. Harrod can't clear him just yet. Going through Curva Grande. Wood's going around the outside. He might even pick up the side draft here. He does. Traffic for our Kia leaders. You can see that. There's a problem for Clinton Bell. Harrod goes a bit wide at the Rogia. Oh, and Bodice hits Clinton Bell. A little tap, but it's enough. And these two are now detached from that Front battle between Bibby and Hall. It's just like race 1 all over again. Roles are reversed this time. Lewis Bibby this time ahead of Michael Hall. They'll run into Ascari then. Side by side between Bodice and Clinton Bell. Bodice going around the outside. It's a bit dirty there, but he manages to get the car under control. They're still side by side this time through the kink. Bodice has to back out of it, but he's right in the toe now. Right in the slipstream of that CST Pro car. Kristen Bodice. Bodice driving for the Brit Modeler team, the GBR, Gone Broke Racing. Oh, and he's got the cutback. And it's on for the lead as well. 2 to go here. Maybe just, well, I think they're going to get 2 in. We're very close. Bodice. And it's going off for the lead as well. Michael Hall. He's through. Gets a clout from Bibby. And Clinton Bell stays ahead of Tristan Bodice, and look who's coming in the background is Pete Harrod and Chris Wood. They're closing in on this battle as well. Great scrap in the Kia Optima, fantastic. Just looking into the Jetters. And a real battle out there is between Adam Hedgecock and Chris White. Nothing of real significance though. I think we need to focus on the Kia battle now. Between Bibby and Hall. Hall has to open the door slightly as he goes through the traffic. Now this is where the racecraft comes into play as well. Look how dirty the circuit is. Out of the Lesmo as cars have deposited gravel and crap and rubbish on the racing line. Oh, and Bibby sliding the car into Ascari, using all the available grip still that he has in this front wheel drive car. I believe we're going to have an extra lap. Not 100% sure, but I think it's going to be very, very, very close. I think we are going to get another lap. Around the Parabolica. Which flag are we going to see? Is it going to be the white? Is it going to be the checker? I think it's going to be the white flag. We've only got 5 seconds left before the checkered flag comes out. White flag. Final lap here. And Lewis Bibby trying around the outside. Hall hits him slightly. He's got to try and get the cutback, but Bibby parks the car perfectly on the apex of the Variante Rettifilio. Now the battle commences on the way towards the Rogia. Hall's got the inside of Curva Grande. That is the shortest route, but it's also the outside for the upcoming corner, the Curva della Rogia. Hall late on the brakes. He forces his way around the outside. Brilliant stuff from Michael Hall. On board with Lewis Bibby. Pushing, fighting for everything he can. Tiny bit of contact again. Through the Lesmo. Past some lap traffic. I think Bibby's got one chance. I think it's into the Parabolica, ladies and gentlemen. Very close into this Ascari now. Very, very close. Bibby fighting for all he's worth. Trying to regain this lead, Michael Hall. Still resisting, he took the lead late on. Where's... Oh, Bibby disappeared. Bibby's very late on the brakes, he almost torpedoes him into the Parabolica. He's gone very wide, he's all the way on the outside. Surely he can't recover from that, I don't think he will. Michael Hall at the double at Monza. He takes it here. Fantastic. Great race. fantastic race. Has Miguel Freitas finished? I'm not sure. Did Freitas go through, James? Or is he still on his final lap? Still on his final lap, Freitas. He was in the gravel coming out of the chicane. In fact, is he the only one that's actually... I think he's the only one who's made it for a final lap, hasn't he? I think everyone else got lapped, so Freitas wins. He wins in the best way, and that's because he's the only driver left. Brilliant. He was that far in front. The leaders managed to get in between him and Steve Hooper, who was in second place. Hooper has finished the race, as is Sean Gardner on the cool-down lap. Unbelievable. So Miguel Freitas, he's just got Ascari and then Parabolica to go, and he's going to take the checkered flag with literally no opposition. He's just got this straight in the last corner to go. Make sure he gets there, of course. Probably go declaring any winners, but Miguel Freitas drove a very good race in race one. He was unlucky not to take that one, I thought. But he drives a flawless race in race two. Miguel Freitas wins here at Monza. Takes the checkered flag. Well done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a finish. What a battle at the end there between Michael Hall and Lewis Bibby. Fantastic. One for the ages, I think, that one on Apex Racing TV. Very, very good stuff. And the result is exactly the same as it was in race one. Michael Hall taking victory by 0.6 of a second over Lewis Bibby. Third is Tristan Bodis. Clinton Bell in fourth. Pete Harron in fifth. Chris Wood sixth. 7th, Maciek Zakovic. 8th, Andrew Whitehead. 9th, Scott Malcolm. 10th, Chris Sherburn. 11th, Dale Green. 12th, John Roberts. 13th, Diogo Melro. 14th, Sam Reed. And 15th for Neil Rocks. Winner of the Mike Cooley Cup, Miguel Freitas. 16th overall, taking the Jetta category, literally in a league of his own, on the lap of his own. One lap in front of Steve Hooper. Then, in reality, it was more like about 15 seconds, but obviously, again, the leaders must have got between them. Steve Hooper in second place, Sean Gardner third, Dan Gunfield fourth, fifth is Adam Hedgecock, sixth Tim Morse, 7th Chris White, 8th Ryan Walker, 9th Clive Lawrence, and 10th James Leggett. Those two actually came to blows halfway through the race. Ian Robson then in 11th, Conrad Venter 12th, Dave Crozier in 13th, and then the retirements. We lost Mark Woodhouse, Stuart Atkinson, Robert Lundgren, and Kip Stevens. Well, what a fantastic way to end the evening's racing at Monza. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring it to you tonight. Andrew Woodhouse and James Nash have brought you this broadcast of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship, presented by World League Sim Racing from the Autodromo Nazionale Monza here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you very, very soon here on Apex Racing TV. Good night.